Here's a video if you are struggling with meditation. Now, most of these videos I actually make are for myself to look back on, but because they help me, they are definitely going to help you too. So when I think of meditation, first of all, I think of being outside or being in a nice, calm environment, somewhere where you have enough space, to be with yourself. You can even meditate in a bathroom or a toilet, just by being by oneself and removing the obstacles. That's all it is. You come back, sit with yourself. Even if you're really, really angry at somebody, what you're going to get is you get these thoughts. They're here, they're here, they're here, they're here. It's like a tiara of thoughts. Thoughts are here as an external thing. They are an energy invention that is just staying in your torus field, right? So your field of energy that's around your body. These thoughts have manifested themselves by your mind. So by feeding thoughts, they have stayed and presented themselves just here. So what you can do is you can look at them and you can actually become aware of yourself. So you sit back, imagine you're sat in a chair, or perhaps you're sat down, and you're able to just sit. You allow your breathing to come to normal, because often when we're anxious or we're stressed, our breathing is actually it's a strange, jumpy kind of rhythm. It's the heart is pounding, pounding, pounding. So what you want to do is just allow that flow to come back, allow it. A bit like when you're spinning, if you've ever experienced alcohol poisoning or just drinking too much and you're about to be sick, you know that there's a flow happening, it, or being on a boat and being seasick. So what you can do is just breathe with it and allow your breathing to slow that rhythm down until you are back at your baseline. And once you are back at that nice baseline, you will begin to just sit still. And then what you can do is see the thoughts. Imagine these thoughts are objects. Imagine you're a hoarder and this is a house. You simply just look at that thought, you observe it, and you go, what am I experiencing from this thought? What am I looking at here? Is this a person I argued with? You look at it for what it is and go, is it important to me tomorrow? Is it important to me right now? Is this useful information that's going to actually be helpful for my future? Of course, the experience has already happened, but right now we can look at it for what it is and then choose to be like, oh, now I've looked at it, now I've actually spent some time with the thought, now I've wrote it down and looked at it. If I told the thought to someone else, how would my friends react to the thought? How would a therapist react to the thought? How would my boss react to the thought? If you presented that same thought to anyone else, would they go, oh, don't worry about it. Oh, it's a waste of time. Oh, it's just that thing in the moment. Oh, just let it go. Then let it go. Or if it's a more traumatic thing, maybe it's got more work to be looked at upon. Put it on paper. Fill the gap. Actually, look at it like a hole that needs filling, and basically map it. Map where it's come from, its origins, how often this kind of thought happens. And once you do this, once you recognize what kind of thought this is, it's a bit like eating healthy and eating unhealthily. You'll start to see a pattern. You'll start to go, this is one of these unhealthy thoughts, so just get rid of it because it's not helpful. Or this is one of these unhelpful, rude people. They're just not helpful. I'm just going to put a boundary in place and go, not today, thank you very much, see you later. And then you move on and you get past it. And the only way this is possible is just by recognizing again and again and again. Much like there would have been a time where you can see an orange and you know if that orange is good to eat or not, but there was a time where you didn't. You ate an orange and it had gone off, or it was mouldy, and you tasted that and you knew you didn't like it. So then you did it a few times and then you recognize what a bad orange tastes like. So once you can see this mental tiara of thoughts, you can then place them in boxes of which, just like on a computer, put that in the rubbish pile. And then eventually you'll have this clear mind. You'll just have this clear area in your mind. And once those thoughts are gone, you can just sit. And don't rush to go anywhere, because this rushing is not the meditation is done. It's actually the opposite of that. If you're rushing To go somewhere, it's because you're avoiding something and you haven't faced those thoughts, and there'll be thoughts in the back of the mind, there'll be more cobwebs which you need to get out of. So once you've done this, you'll then be in a place where you'll be present, you'll be in bliss, your breathing will have normalized, your body will have kind of calmed down, your nervous system would have come back to that baseline, and now you can begin to relax. And once you relax, what you'll find is there won't be any need to scroll on one of these. There won't be any need to, go and talk to someone or read a book or use this mind too much or rush to the next thing. And this is why it's important that when you do these meditations, is you have time to do them. You leave yourself a space of at least an hour, because oftentimes when we're flustered in this space, it's not a 10-minute process. You see these 10-minute meditation videos, and I just don't believe them. Like, for most people, in daily life, you don't have 10 minutes where your nervous system can regulate, you can calm down, you can actually bring yourself into a good place. It takes a long time, and you've got to set yourself a long time in order to cool yourself down. Because right now you're metal that's fiery and hot, and that has a long time to cool down. And of course you can chuck water on it, but it will change the structure very quickly. And what you're trying to do inside is you want your structure to just come down and settle very slowly. If you're doing this before bed, for instance, it's very helpful, because this will allow you to calm everything down. And instead, don't touch that phone. Instead, you are now ready, you're in that relaxed state, you can just drift off, and you can wake up feeling not abrupt, not anything like this, not in this very human, in this societal kind of survival state. You can just simply wake up in this beautiful natural rhythm, and everything will just come, and you'll be like, oh. And what you'll find as well is, if you are a mouth breather, or if you hold yourself in certain postures, you'll also notice that. You might start breathing out of your nose. Your shoulders may just relax. Your hands fall into place. Your eyes even. When I've been in these survival places myself, in these switched modes, I found that even my eyes are darting all over the place, and that's exhausting. Your thoughts are exhausting. All of this stuff, the human race is exhausting. So do yourself a favour and dial it back. Make it easier for yourself. Dial it back. Bring yourself into baseline. Get yourself in balance, and you will feel much better. And you'll know when you feel much better, because it will probably be a place that you've either not experienced in a long time, or you've never experienced at all. Because oftentimes our lives catch up with us, everything is a mess, and we haven't been at baseline for a long time. All of these external factors, alcohol, drugs, caffeine, a very busy life, schedules, all of this stuff, people managing, anxiety, all of these things will create some really difficult patterns in our mind, and it takes a long time to soothe them, sand them down. Imagine a sharp rock formation. If you get sandpaper, which is very gentle, and you got a nice, very fine grit, you just do it very slowly, and eventually those spikes will just wear away, and then everything will be calm, everything will be at peace, and you will be in a significantly better position than when you started. Have an amazing day.